Welcome back. Thanks for getting your morning started with us here on Weather Nation. Starting you off with a look around St. Louis as well as New York City. Rain moving in to St. Louis and moving out for New York, at least for now.
Well, I think a lot of people in the Northeast are glad to hear that the rain chance is not going to be as high today as they have been. We've been seeing all the video coming out of parts of Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, of all those dangerous flooding conditions that have been happening for the past few days.
Yeah, it'll be nice for them to get some dry time before we're talking another storm chance later on this week.
Yeah, we'll go into detail on that. First, though, we just want to update the viewers at home on what's happening with Viper radar, the best in the business. Going to give you an idea of where the showers and thunderstorms are located out there for this morning. So here's a look at the big picture. We're looking at the entire lower 48, where we're seeing those showers and those thunderstorms that continue to make their way throughout the Central Plains, throughout the Mississippi Valley, and also throughout parts of the Mid-Atlantic and really along the coast there of the Mid-Atlantic. So we're just going to go ahead and fly around, get an idea of where these storms are, where we've been dealing with that flooding risk into eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas. We're still dealing with more of those showers and thunderstorms early this morning. So Fort Smith, the River Valley there into western Arkansas. You've got some of that heavy rain that's coming down. Northwest Arkansas as well. Eastern Oklahoma, the Tulsa area. Maybe you're waking up this morning with some of those loud rumbles of thunder, turning on Weather Nation to see what's going on. Well, you've got some storms moving through. Nothing severe, but definitely some heavy rain and some frequent lightning. It looks like that flooding risk is going to be shifting more towards the north as this system starts to move north and northeast. And we're going to be dealing with that heavy rain into parts of southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and maybe even over into parts of southern Indiana and western Kentucky. We do have some storms into the high plains where we could see some severe weather for later today. These storms at the moment, not severe, but by this afternoon, we are anticipating a higher chance of maybe some severe weather there. And then as we glance at the southeast, again, just off the coast there of Florida, we've got a couple of showers and storms. Nothing severe, nothing really moving towards the coast. We're looking at more into the eastern and northeastern part of the Gulf of Mexico. And then look over the Atlantic, the western Atlantic storms. Those are firing up, but they're moving east. They're moving away from the east coast. So some good news there. And then this is also some good news. We like to see this. Not much showing up on the radar over the northeast. So Pennsylvania, New York, into Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. There's not much going on for you this morning, so we can start to recover a little bit after all that rain that moved through the northeast over the past few days. Speaking of that, take a look at this. Spring Lake, New Jersey from Monday, where we have some flooding video to show you. And Emily, that was a situation here over the past few days, but we're going to keep an eye on the northeast and see how things shape up for today as well.
Yeah, things should be drying out. We won't be seeing any more scenes like this, at least for a little while. Another picture I want to share with you of some flooding out over the northeast. This taken in central Pennsylvania on Tuesday. You can see a flooded road there and that horse and buggy turning around just like you should when you see a flooded road. Make sure you're not driving or riding through anything like that. We will be drying things out, but this comes after some heavy rain. Take a look at this. Binghamton, New York, almost 2 inches of rain reported on Tuesday, 1.95 inches. That beats the old record for the day of just over 1.5 inches set back in 2012. It was soggy out there yesterday, and the good news is we are drying things out for the northeast, at least for now. Here's a look at our 24-hour rain totals. Scranton, Pennsylvania, almost 1.25 inches. And of course, as we were talking about around Binghamton, some heavy rain reported. Allentown, almost 1/2 inch. Now our frontal system that has been bringing us those storms, that's moving on out. But we're talking about another system pushing in toward the end of the week. We're watching this low pressure system moving in from the west. Now for Thursday, it's not quite here. We're bringing in some showers just for the western portions of the region. But by Friday, we're talking about a bit more widespread rain, and then that potential for some heavy rain moving late Friday and even into parts of Saturday. So we have that potential again for some heavy downpours moving through the end of the week. Now our forecast rainfall as we move through the next several days, you can see that building in steadily from the west, really starts to bump up here for the northeast. Moving into late Friday and Saturday, there is that potential for some locally heavy rain. We're talking about potentially 3 or more inches for some locations, especially for our northern areas. Highs today going to remain warm. We do have heat advisories out for New York. Highs in the low 90s, Portland 75, and Binghamton, we're looking at highs in the mid 80s with low 90s into the DC area and into Richmond. Now we are talking about more severe storm chances for parts of the country. Stay with us here for more.